God was watching over Abraham, and one night, everything was about to change. God called out to Abraham by name. His voice was calm, but what he asked was almost impossible to understand. Abraham heard God's voice. He answered immediately, "Here I am." He was ready to listen. Before the sun had even fully risen, Abraham got up and began to prepare. He did not delay. He obeyed. Abraham took Isaac and his 2 servants and set off on the journey. None of them knew what was truly ahead. For 3 long days they traveled. Every step brought them closer to the mountain God had chosen. On the 3rd day, Abraham looked up, and he saw it, the place God had told him about. He turned to his servants and told them to wait. "The boy and I will go up and worship," he said. "We will both come back." Abraham placed the heavy wood on Isaac's back, and together, father and son began to climb the mountain. Isaac looked at his father and asked quietly, "We have the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb?" Abraham looked at his son and said softly, "God himself will provide the lamb." And they walked on together. When they reached the place God had shown him, Abraham built the altar with his own hands, stone by stone. This was the hardest moment of Abraham's life, yet he trusted God completely, even when he could not understand. Then, a voice from heaven rang out, "Abraham! Abraham!" The angel of the Lord was calling. "Do not harm him," the angel declared. "Now I know that you truly fear God. You held nothing back from him." Abraham stopped. He looked up. His hands trembled. Relief and gratitude flooded over him like a wave. Abraham turned, and there was a ram, its horns caught in the bushes. God had provided, just as he promised. Abraham offered the ram in place of his son. The smoke rose up to heaven. God's provision was perfect. Abraham named that place, "The Lord Provides," and people still speak those words today because they are true. The angel spoke a second time. God made an unbreakable promise because Abraham had obeyed. God promised to bless Abraham beyond measure. His descendants would be as countless as the stars above and the sand below. Through Abraham's family, God said, all the nations of the earth would one day be blessed. Father and son walked back down the mountain together. Just as Abraham had promised his servants, they both returned. They returned to the servants who had been waiting, and together they began the journey home. Abraham passed the greatest test of his life. He believed God, and God never let him down.